We've heard what a devastating impact autism can have on a family, and this morning we have Sofia Vidal with us to tell us about the success that her family has overcome with autism. Good morning, how are you doing?
Hi, good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And now we're here to talk about your son, correct?
Yes.
And you're telling me that he's overcome so much ever since he was diagnosed at the age of
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
And to get a diagnosis, what do you need to do? Do you just go to a doctor?
Well, at first, we started with his pediatrician, who for quite a while had ignored my concerns about my son's development until I finally got firm with him. So finally, at 3 years, 10 months, he said, "Oh, you're right. Your son should be speaking by now." So he referred me to the school district so they could go ahead and do a battery of tests, and they did determine that he did have some challenges and that he needed services from the school district immediately.
And now with the diagnosis, I'm sure that not only for your son that was difficult, but how was that on your family?
It was very, very difficult. I had a lot of self-blame because I felt that I could have interfered a lot sooner. Whenever I had concerns about my son's challenges that I would see, like him not speaking appropriately, his lack of eye contact, my family would just brush it off as, "Oh, you're just being too overprotective. Just let it go. He'll come along." And it turns out that my motherly instincts were right. There was something wrong. And had I acted sooner, I would have been able to help him a lot sooner than when I did.
And now do you have other children?
No, he's my only one.
Okay, so I mean, I'm assuming at that point it's a little bit difficult. You know, there are a lot of questions that come with being a new mom and whether or not, you're just being overprotective, as other people might have been telling you.
Exactly.
And at that point. And now the school system, once per se there's a label, was that difficult for your child once he was in school? Was there something where he had to have a special aid, anything like that?
Yes, he was given a label. He was given a label which he did not enjoy throughout the years, because when he was smaller, it was okay, but as he got older into his junior high years, it became like a negative label, and he really wanted to stay away from it. But I persuaded him that he needed those services, and those services would end up helping him in the long run, and I was right. They did end up helping him.
And obviously now we have you here as a success story because he has come a long way, correct?
He has come a long way. On his initial IEP, which is Individual Educational Plan, I was told that my son's challenges were so severe that they did not even think he was going to be able to function in the school system.
Wow.
That was like a bucket of ice cold water. Yeah. And I remember at that point, and I even verbalized it, and I said, "I will do everything I can to make sure my son succeeds." I said, "I will do everything I can." And they just stood really quiet and didn't know what to say about that. Today, my son is at a local California State University. He's a freshman. He's doing great, and he's a music major, and he is enjoying every second of the university life.
And violin, right? That's what he wants to do.
He's a violinist, yes.
And that's great. That's definitely a success story, and that definitely shows that sometimes as parents, you just have to say, "No, I know what's best for my child." Whether or not you have the diagnosis and everything like that, but you can obviously turn that into positive. And I'm glad that we have you here today. So again, Sofia Vidal here sharing her success story about her son and how he's now at a great college and turned into a success.
Yes, and again, I was able to, when I was told that he might not be able to function in the school system, I knew that was not going to be the case. I knew I was going to do everything I can to get my son to succeed, and I did, and I'm very proud of him.
Thank you very much for being here this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Well, we would like to thank not only Sofia Vidal for coming in this morning, but also all of our sponsors and our crew as well here at CCN. We have Kim Sinclair from the Autism Society of LA. We also have Autism Speaks, Jennifer Jones. We had Haynes Family of Program School for Autism and Developmental Disabilities, Amy DeLora. Sofia Vidal, which is here this morning with us. We also want to thank you for talking with us on the set today, and also the entire CCN Sunrise team, and big thanks as always to our in-studio crew. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, including Foothill Transit, EH Financial, East San Gabriel Valley ROP, TC, Color Dots, and the Smile Agency, NGOC, Global Consultants, San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership for making the show possible. Thank you once again, CCN.